What's up, y'all? Welcome to a segment of Candid Talk with Chanel. What I wanted to talk about is I literally finished maybe 20 minutes ago watching the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion part 2. And I have to say that I hate how the ladies always feel the need to be in teams. I get it, because whatever moments throughout the season you have to relive, you have to respond to, you have to be able to be guarded, armed, and ready, so to speak, verbally. It probably helps if you have someone else riding out with you, right? However, I still feel like with the teams, they're almost willing, if I'm like Team Candy, Team Team Candy, Team Cynthia, and Team Kenya, it's almost as if, like, regardless of if Candy really is wrong in a situation, or Kenya is wrong in a situation, or Cynthia is wrong in a situation, it doesn't matter, because I'm gonna ride out with them, because, you know, I'm team them. Then it's almost as if you're a part of the team Phaedra, Portia, and Sheree, it's the same thing. It could be something that one of them did that was out of pocket, that wasn't cool, that wasn't right. But because we're each other's backbone, we're protecting each other, we ride out. Like, why can't it almost be every woman for themselves, in the sense of, listen, if I agree with you because I felt you weren't treated well, I'm riding out with you. If I don't agree with you because I felt like what you did wasn't cool, I'm gonna say it. You know what I'm saying? I like you, we're cool, but I can't stand by you with that. Like, why does it have to be that we all have to be lumped up in teams, right? And I have a soft place in my heart for Portia. Always have, from the very first season she was on the show. I always felt like, even from then, a lot of the women who are a part of the show now and who aren't would treat her poorly. Now, I'm not going to say that Portia is innocent, because, she says some things out here too, and has had some poor behaviors that she's displayed over the years as well. But I feel like it's almost as if she's the easy target all the time. Like, everybody tries to clown her, sun her, paint her as a bully, paint her as aggressive all the time, but never really wanting to own up to their own part to play in the situation, right? Which is what my issue with Kenya is a lot of times. And I kind of feel like with the whole Portia and Candy debacle, I think I mentioned this at some point throughout the season on this website. Portia had her moments where she definitely played herself, but to be honest with you, I don't necessarily think that Candy's 100% innocent either. I feel like a lot of what her employees / friends and her family, her mother, her husband say is not cool. And had anybody else's family, friends, employees, whatever have you, were to come at her like that, she would have had a problem. And so I feel like, just because you may not always be the one who's literally saying certain things out of your mouth, if the people that represent you, or who you're married to, or who your family with, who roll with you, are constantly having negative things to say, they kind of represent you as well, right? At some point, you must be kicking it and talking whatever you're talking with them at some point. So I feel like a lot of the women are guilty of doing some of the same things, but for whatever reasons, there's certain people that are always painted or as the problematic ones, right? The liars or whatever. I think all the ladies have had dishonest moments on the show, right? Even probably Cynthia. I don't think anybody on reality TV is always 99.99% honest. Hell, in real life, most of us are not always 100% honest or 99.99% honest in many situations, So I don't know. In that sense, I don't know that, Candy is 100% innocent either. And I'm curious to see what happens in this next season, next season. I'm curious to see what happens in part 3 of the reunion, because they're gonna have Portia and Candy's friend Shamia on, and the way they're kind of advertising or giving us a teaser to what's to happen is as if Shamia might have been the person dropping certain information in Portia's ear about Candy and whatever their intentions were on that night of fun that they all were having. I don't know, right? And sometimes I'll admit it, Portia kind of is like, okay, girl, why did you say that? Or why did you kind of put yourself in a way where you can be perceived as being not the brightest, as Wendy Williams would say, less than smart, right? But for the most part, I don't feel like it's fair that she is constantly being picked on or tear down from the group. She's not the only one that has issues out here, right? That Kenya is a problem too. You know what I'm saying? Why is it that it's okay for everybody to be in Phaedra's business all the time, right? One thing I give that Phaedra though, Phaedra knows her attorney jargon, and she knows how to handle herself in verbal disagreements, right? Or arguments. But yeah, so I guess my overall question is, how do you feel about that? Are you kind of in agreement with, well, these are my friends, this is my team, so I'm riding out with you to the end, whether you're right or you're wrong? Or in certain situations, do you feel like I'll be like, friend, I love you, and I ride out with you, but you wrong, and I can't ride out with you about this because it's not right. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of the friend that'll be like, friend, I love you with all my heart, but I don't think what you did was right. And because I don't think what you did is right, I got your back to a certain extent, but I'm not going to have your back regarding this. If I were you, maybe kind of like own that you messed up and make that right. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of whether you like the person or you don't. If you messed up, own it, right? Own it. As Beverly Housewives ladies say. So what are your thoughts? Do you feel like if you're my ride or die, you're my friend, I'm riding out with you, we're thick as thieves, it don't matter if you're wrong, I got you? Or are you kind of like me where it's like, I'm loyal and I ride out with you, but if you're doing something that's not right, I'm going to call you on it, and I'm going to be like, hey, please make that right, because I'm not going to be here, riding and dying with you and you're wrong and strong, right? Let me know. Let's have a conversation. Continue to head to ComplexSimplicity.com. Don't forget, your girl designed some more bomb Complex Simplicity apparel. Go to the blog and the shop section within the website to get you some. Thanks again, and until next time.